Hey everyone, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More. I'm standing outside a house flip that we bought a couple months ago, actually about a month and a half ago. Had the previous owners rented it back from us for a little while, and we just got possession of it today, so we can start working on it. This house needs almost no work. It's fantastic. Very rare, but it's out in the country, has 4 acres. We're in just east of kind of Eaton, Colorado. It's about 4 degrees outside right now. So we're just entering March and it's supposed to get nice, and it's freezing, but I can't complain because I think we golfed almost every week except 2 this winter in Colorado. So that was nice. But bought this house for $312,000. And I'm gonna split this video up a little bit and do the outside first and then the inside, since I didn't want to track snow in everywhere. But inside is in very good shape too. Hardwood floors, newer kitchen, newer baths. You can see it has a metal roof. That's been done. All we really need to do is paint and maybe a few fixtures, and that's it. So just awesome with the amount of work we have to do. It has some outbuildings. We'll show you here. Like I said, 4 acres. This is not part of the property. That's actually a neighbor. So that doesn't come with it. That is one downfall, is the neighbors are kind of close, but not the end of the world. And then it is in a floodplain, which is also a drawback, but we've sold a few houses the last couple of years that are in floodplains as well. And your flood insurance will be higher, maybe even a couple $1,000s a year higher. But, oh, there's a bird. People are still willing to do that to live out here, and the house is never flooded. There's just kind of a creek back here that could potentially flood once in 100 years, so you have to get flood insurance for that, and you can kind of see the low spot down there. So the land comes along this fence to the end of that fence back there, and then juts over to the road again. All of this is included: the silo, the corrals. When we saw it, there were cows here, so I got my first, the closest I've been to a cow, I think. That's pretty exciting, although I'm allergic to all farm animals, so that part's not exciting. But here are the corrals, the fences, really set up nicely for livestock. It's hard to find properties that have all of this, and if you wanted to build all of this new, it would be very expensive, as you can see. And these people were actually Nikki, my project manager's friends, and how we did this deal was they wanted to buy a new property. They knew they had to sell this one first to buy a new property, and it would be really tough in our super competitive market to have a contingency, which means they have to sell their house first. The new property sale depends on them selling their house, and the offer does not look nearly as good as if they didn't have another house to sell. So we came up with the idea of, I would just buy their property. They don't have to worry about having contingency, and they can get the new property. They're making a ton of money on this already because they bought it very cheap right after the housing crash. So they're doing just fine as far as what they're making, and everybody was happy. We figure it needs $5,000 in work maybe, and we'll be able to sell it for close to $400 in that range. With the outbuildings, you can see the little dairy shed we had. This was actually used as an apartment, but I never saw it until today. Not sure, someone might be able to rent it out. Might not exactly be legal, so I have to look at that. But it's very cold in here too, except for this room with the water heater. They have a little heater in here, and then there is one bathroom back here. The house is obviously much nicer than that. So they have electric baseboard heat. So that one heater is turned on in here to keep the bathroom from freezing. The rest of it's very cold. But it's not a bad little rental unit if somebody wanted to make, a few hundred, well, you can probably get $600 to $800 a month if you really wanted to for this, which is crazy in Colorado, I know, but that's how it works. So we'll have, like I said, $5,000 in repairs. Then we'll also have another probably $25,000 in other costs, which include, you know, paying a buyer's agent commission to sell it, financing costs, carrying costs while we have it, and then hopefully we'll make a little bit of money without spending hardly any time or work on the property. And they were paying us rent while they had it. We're occupying it as well after we bought it. And that right there is the other neighbor's property. So you can see that old shed, camper and stuff is the other neighbor. And the other weird thing about this property is there's a water tap for this house that is shared with that neighbor. The neighbor has a well, which is shared with this property. So it works out fantastic for both of them because they both have access to a water tap and a well, but it might be a little bit tricky selling it. So we're hoping whoever buys it is okay with that arrangement. The really nice thing is the water tap is on this side, which is worth way more than the well. So it's most likely the other property that would have problems if they ever tried to sell, not having the tap, than this property that does have the tap. Another outbuilding, pretty good size, and people love outbuildings in the country. So great to have those. And that is the outside of the property. It's about 4 acres, has the outbuildings, has a really nice livestock setup. You know, some of the outbuildings aren't in amazing shape, but that won't hurt the value too much. They're still definitely good enough to use. And then the house, which is in great shape, and we will show you what that looks like here right now. All right, so here's the front door when you first walk in, separating the video today so we don't have snow trample through the entire house. But here's the laundry room when you walk in, and then here's the kitchen, which is probably one of the nicest kitchens we've had in years, if not ever, for a flip before we bought it. So that's always nice. One advantage of this property is it's in very good shape compared to most of what we do. So hardwood floors, newer cabinets, appliances, counters. We don't have to do hardly anything in here except maybe paint and maybe a few fixtures. But here's the bathroom. Yeah, tiles all redone. We don't have to do that, which we do on most of our houses. Oh, very nice. And then we have 3 bedrooms, big dining room, hardwood floors throughout the whole house. I don't even know if we have to refinish these. I think they're probably fine once they're cleaned up. And here's one of the bedrooms. And you can see it's got the old doors, which, I mean, we could possibly touch up the stain on those. They're a little bit beat up, but they're kind of cool too, so I don't think we have to replace those. Definitely meet the character of the house. And that could be used as your front door too. But here's the living room, which is also good size. You can see the windows have been replaced already. Has a fireplace. Neat house. And then this bedroom here, have to do a little bit of trim work, but nothing major. And these are big rooms too. It's always hard to tell in the video, but this bedroom is probably 13 by 13, 13 by 14 maybe. And the previous owner is still cleaning up too. They're gonna clean up a little more for us, which is also something that absolutely never happens, which is nice. And here's the 3rd bedroom. Hardwood everywhere, which is great. And then we will show you the basement here too. All right, definitely can walk down here. It's a lot nicer than most of these older basements, but probably not worth finishing or doing anything. You could probably have a couple rooms if you really wanted to. If the new owners, after we sell it, want to do that, great, but we're not going to go to the expense of doing that. And something else that is super nice on this property is the furnace is updated, the water heater's updated, all the plumbing's updated, and most of the electrical's updated. So all the really major stuff is done. There is a little wonky crack there, but it's not too crazy. I think we'll be okay with that. Really a decent house. And of course, for everybody wondering, of course it has a murder room, but it's not too scary. No light in there, sorry. But yeah, they're gonna come pick up some of the rest of their stuff, clean it all out for us, and we'll be able to get in here, paint it, do a few minor repairs, and get it back on the market. And this will be a really quick, easy one compared to most of them we do. All right, that's all for this house. I will have another video coming up as soon as it's done. We'll have other videos of new properties we're buying soon, and ones that get fixed up as well soon too. So be sure to subscribe, give us a thumbs up if you like the property or this video, and any questions you have, please let us know. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.